Hello, all of you wonderful creative people here on YouTube. My name is Rio and I welcome you to my Artsy Corner. We have gathered here today for the fifth and last part of my coloring book collection series, which is going to be mostly my Amazon printed books. I have a feeling that I am going to declutter a bunch on this one. We'll see as we go. So grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, or a coloring book perhaps, and let's go. Alrighty, let's start, shall we? I'm going to start with the so-called pocket-sized books, and of course, first one of them being Mini Mandalas. It's by Morgana Sky. Yeah, I've done a bunch in here. I think I have like 12 pages left or whatnot. Yeah, I'm on a straightforward line to finishing this book. I also did a title page. The nameplate page. Yeah. Title page, I'm not sure. Probably won't be doing. I mean, it has the same pictures as mandalas somewhere in this book, so it makes no sense in redoing them twice. Next, I have these two tiny little books. They are by Mindful Coloring. First of them being the Delightful Designs. They're pattern books, basically. Have your test page. Yeah, I've done a couple in the beginning of the book, and the rest is not colored. But I've been into coloring mandalas and patterns lately, so it might as well be that once I'm done with the mini mandalas one of these are going to follow. Color for Calm. Again, same thing. This one is untouched. It's a bit more detailed, I think, although I don't know. So, and next we have the Namaste Indian Patterns by Sachin Shiva. Yeah, this was his first pocket-sized book, I believe. I think now they have more, if I'm not mistaken. It's themed after Indian culture, which I love. It's very patterny, stained glassy, kinda. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Yeah, perfect book to help me finish off my markers. Speaking of patterns, Sweet Escape. And there you go. I grabbed this one last year, I believe. It's yet another pattern book, but these are a bit more simplistic. I've done a couple of pages in here as well. Yeah. Tried to play with colors and glitter gel pens in this one. Yeah, I haven't done anything else. They look simple, but you know, if you set your imagination free, you can make them look pretty cool, actually. So, next couple of good books I'm going to show you are two mandala color by color books. Here, those are by Kira Shoshnima. I have more of her books, but those are coming with the larger size books. I finished her Fantasy Women and I loved it. So again, these are my let's finish off my markers books, basically. And this one is a bit less patterny, but still, I love the way the final result looks once these are done. Coolio. Love it. And next here we have The Enchanted Faces by Helen, a book I got for Christmas. And I like Hannah Lynn. And these are more simplified versions of some of her works. More of a close-ups, yeah, than this one. And I think, there's one more. But these were really fun to color, although the paper is pretty flimsy and you can see the print coming through on the other side, but still doesn't make it any less fun to color. And two last books, the pocket-sized ones. I have this Pooklet sketchbook by Colin McGonagall, which I never thought I'm going to like her work that much. Because, you know, it looks a bit goofy and spoofy, but yeah, I had some accidents with brown markers, as you can tell. Shite. I tried to cover it up as much as possible, didn't quite succeed. Maybe I'll try acrylic paints or something, I don't know. Anyway, I found my style. Yeah, again, here. How to work in these. And I'm definitely going to continue working in this book. Simplistic is fun. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed the process more than I thought I would. And therefore, you're going to see a couple more of her books along the way. And last but not least, Mandalas with Beautiful Borders, Volume 5. Out of all of the books released in these series, this one stuck to me the most. These are the kind of mandalas I like, and they also have beautiful borders, more stuff to color. I'm still trying to think of a theme for this book. I like what I did with my Final Fantasy book that I'm working on right now. It's very inspiring. The book is by Nicola Lehmann, by the way. So much for my pocket-sized books, so to speak. Now we're moving on to some serious business here. So the first things I'm going to show you are these two folders here, since we're talking about Jade Summer books next. As you probably know, the way Jade Summer books work mostly, well, they used to work. They had two copies of images in their books, and since, like I mentioned, I'm not someone who is going to color the same image twice, especially knowing how vast my coloring book collection is. So what I did is I took these books apart, kept one set of copies to myself, and the rest I put up on sale. So here we have the anime book. There you go. I kept one set of the images. I chose the one with the tiny little noses that they have. The other set looks a slightly bit different. Yeah. Then we have Greek mythology again. I kept the set of copies with the names. However, on the set that I am selling, I have wrote the names of the gods on the back side of the pictures. Then we have Cute Fairies. I really loved these grayscale books by Jade Summer. I'm not gonna lie, here's the one illustration that I did. I buckled a little since I used water-based markers. Yeah, these are so quick and easy to color. Oh, I have one more in here. There we go. So that is that. Oh, and in the end I kept the sample images that they had from their other books, I believe. Yes. So those, and on my second folder, aside from Jade Summer books, I did the same with the Fairy Tales book. by Selena Fennick. Again, really, I'm not going to color the same image twice. So here are all the images in the book as thumbnails. Very beautiful art. I love fairy tales. So it's a book I should eventually start coloring. Again, the Final Fantasy coloring book. Yeah, it's basically, well, it's basically a compilation of fan art that you can find online for free. And back then I did not know that. And I paid a bunch of monies for the book. So I picked out the most decent looking illustrations from that book and I kept them. When I was in the beginning of my coloring journey, I bought a lot of these questionable quality books from Amazon. For literally cents, so to speak. But yeah, most of them I had to take apart and keep only the more decent looking images. Like this horse book, it was terrible. Most of the illustrations are pixelated. They look like they are photocopied. The quality is horrible. Still, I did the best I could. Yeah, we have some kind of a mythology book from here as well. Yeah, I only kept the best ones in here. Oh, and here I have some bonus illustrations that I got when I bought coloring books from Etsy. Ah yeah, these are the ornaments I spoke about when I mentioned the Maja from Vandenberg's books. There they are. Really cute looking. Very sturdy paper. And an extra illustration printed on thick cardstock. It feels like watercolor paper from her fairy tales book. There you have it. So those are my my folders with separate illustrations in them. Okay, let's move on with the rest of my Jade Summer collection, shall we? Okay, next on the line we have this poor little chunky monkey of a book that I've been coloring in a lot. As you can see, it's very worn and torn. It was traveling with me everywhere. Well, it's a compilation book of the illustrations from all of these 4 books here in grayscale. And I did a bunch of them in here. Most of them were body colors. Sadly, I won't be doing it anymore. Well, as body colors, I mean. I'll have to finish off this book on my own. But oh well. Yeah. I think I have more than a half of it done already. Listing through all of these pages will take ages. Oh, it rhymes. There you go. Yeah, a lot of them are finished. So it shouldn't really take long for me to complete this book. Especially of how easy and simple it is to color. I mainly use alcohol markers and glitter gel pens on these. Next we have another compilation book. Yeah, hello. This time it's Chibi Girls. And as much as I love their grayscale books, I haven't colored in this one all that much. Even though the illustrations are really cute, but I'm not drawn to it for some reason. I don't know. I did maybe like 4 pages out of the 100. As you can see, it almost feels like brand new. Yeah, this is the one I did. And we have Easy Rabbit. It yellowed a little. It can be covered up, no problem. Oh, and this one as well. The very first one. So yeah, this one I'm probably going to put aside. Next, we have Vampires. It's one of those books that has 2 sets of illustrations in it, and I still haven't taken it apart. But it's gonna happen. So the extra set is gonna be sold. Yeah, I haven't done much in it. I'll mark this one. Lovely. Perfect book for Halloween. Nice. Next on the menu we have Light and Dark Fantasy, also a compilation of 2 of their books, because both the Light and the Dark Fantasy books come in separate releases. So of course I got it so that I wouldn't have to buy 2 separate books. Yeah, I did this mermaid, spooky mermaid. It's really interesting print. It looks a bit like brown. I don't know if camera can take it. Not exactly black, more like sepia. I love this one. Where's the other picture that I did? Yeah, this. Also, my first ever mermaid. Yeah, it's definitely a keeper. And last but not least, by Jade Summer, I believe, is this vampire romance book, which actually contains a story. A romance story between a human and a vampire. I'm going to try not to spoil too much. But yeah, it's a very beautiful illustrated book. However, I'm giving this one away. Alright, moving on. 100 Easy Designs. Yep, this one's by Coloring Book Cafe. Yeah, sometimes you need something bold and simple. Yeah, where I can use alcohol markers, shade with pencils, maybe add some sparkle. Oh, I tried to use the glossy accents on the seeds. And the background I did with pastels. That's it. That's how simple and quick it is. And even though the illustrations are large, they don't take as long and much of effort to color. There we go. Stickles. Yeah, I'm keeping this one. I love the style. I love the way they come out once I'm done with them. Next, by Kokowayo, we have the Zodiac book. There you go. This one is on black background, and I haven't, not all of them, but most of them. I haven't colored in this one at all. Very mandali looking. I'm still on debate whether I'm keeping this one or not. Yep. Let's keep it for now. We'll see. Next, by Kokowayo, we have Goddesses. I was on Kokowayo craze at the beginning. I bought all the books in the world that sparked my fancy. Here we have goddesses from different mythologies of the world. Egypt, Greece, Scandinavian, you name it. Well, since I'm a mythology fan, maybe this one's a keeper for now. Here we have Color Quiztopia, color by number, highlight real. 50 images from 50 books. Yeah, it's their sample book basically. And they have a bunch of books. It's very simplistic style, very bold, very bulky. I have finished their Zodiac Mandalas. I didn't keep that book. I see no reason to do that. Here you go. I did the mermaid. Those are the pieces of art that are worth keeping and taking space in my shelves, I believe. But for bold and easy coloring, maybe, although now that I look at it, maybe this one's gotta go. It's not really my thing, actually. Yeah, I'm selling this one. Next we have Color by Number, All-Time Hits. One of the sample books by Such and Such Diva. And this one I'm actually going to keep because I like his style. Oh, we have pixels even. Mandalas. Yeah. A different variety of books. Lots of stuff to try out. Patterns. Here you go. Yeah, this one I'm gonna be keeping. Feels like something I would gladly color, and I already did this row here. And these cute little birds. Yeah, this one I'm keeping. Next compilation book is by Sun Life Drawing, and it's their various books. Some of them are color by number, others are not. Mandalas. Oh, stripes. Yeah. I like this book because of their variety. No, these are not color by number, but these I think are supposed to... Oh, we have numbers actually. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Hexagons. Black backgrounds. Stained glass. You name it. I'm keeping this book because of its sheer variety of images. And the style is nice. And last but not least, we have 100 Best Adult Color by Number. And this one's also by Sun Life Drawing. Yeah, pages from all of these books here. Again, this one's a keeper because of the sheer variety of images. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be selling the Color Questopia one. Because these two last books offer more variety. And their style is a bit more pleasant, I'm not gonna lie. There you have it. So this is for my tiny little bunch of books on the extra 6th shelf. Now we're gonna move to the actual last 5th shelf of the books that contains my remainder of the Amazon printed books and my Creative Haven books, I believe, and a bit more extra. Okay, let's see. Speaking of Kira Shishneva, I have some of her color by color books in bigger format, although this one is just her color by number version of the Women's World. I actually flipped off my order. I wanted a color by color one, but I mean, I'm not complaining. Still a beautiful art, nonetheless. Then we have blocks. This one's color by color. Empty. Still haven't started working in this at all. We're waiting for their time to come. Next, Tetris. This is an interesting one. I like the idea behind it. As you can tell, the images look like they're made out of Tetris blocks. Very unique. Okay, last but not least, famous paintings. Very stained glassy looking. And there you go. These should come out beautifully, actually. We shall see once I start. Mona Lisa, of course. That's that. And then my tiny collection of Camille Angel Clover books. I had more of those. Again, most of them are already sold or given away. So here we have mythical miniatures. Very cute book. I think I'm going to keep this one because it's very simplistic, very goofy. It's the only page I did. I mean, it's mythology again. Sometimes you just need something bold and simple to color, right? Of course, next we have my grandiose mandala books. This one is probably best known of them all. It's her 100 beautiful mandalas that I've turned into a Final Fantasy compendium of some sort. And again, I'm almost done with this book. I think I have like 18 pages left in it, or some such. Not many really. Now I'm trying to go in order and finish it off as I go. Yeah, and this book I'm going to keep in my collection simply because of the idea behind it. I mean, once I'm done with the book. Next, Chunky Monkey is 101 unique mandalas. It's a compilation book from her various mandala books. At first, I just used to choose a page and go with it, like these here, that actually come in the middle of the book. And now that I'm trying to properly work in this book, I try to go in order. There you go. Yeah, and from here on, yeah, we go in order. Still a way to go. But I love her mandala style. Will I be purchasing more of her books? I highly doubt. So next we come to my collection of Hannah Lynn's books. And surprisingly, I have a lot of them. However, 4 of them for sure I'm going to put up for sale because as much as I like Hannah Lynn, I don't think I'm going to be coloring that much of her art. We're going to start with the Whimsy Girls at Work. And in this book, I have one page colored. It was a buddy color. And this one here. I found my way in coloring in these books. And it's quick and easy way. The result is beautiful and I like it. I mean, I have nothing against her art, but really, the books I'm going to be keeping are more than enough for me. So I want to share the fun with someone who actually appreciates that more. Then we have mythical maidens and curious creatures. Holy moly. So this one is uncolored. And as much as I love mythology, I have a bunch of mythology themed books in my collection already. So this one will definitely be going, sadly. But it's a really beautiful book. Next one I'm going to be selling are the Fairy Tale Princesses and Storybook Darlings. Again, I think I already have quite a few fairy tale themed books in my collection that I feel drawn to a bit more. Yeah, this one is still not colored, as you can tell. And this one's going. And last but not least, Whimsy Girls Through the Decades. A very interesting subject. Definitely something I think I would like. But although, now that I look at it, maybe I'm actually going to keep this one. But what I'll do is I'm going to take it apart so that I could share it. Next, the books I'm keeping are the Fears and Fancy Fantasy Faces, the grayscale one. The grayscale is the key here. I love grayscale, and I love how quick and easy these are to color. And I love the outcome. I love that it has no extra copies. It's a book that I could just start and finish and probably keep because I really like the way these come out. Yeah, I'm halfway through this book. I'm definitely finishing it. Next, a very worn and torn book, Whimsy Girls Around the World. A keeper. I'm definitely going to be finishing this one. And there you go. I've done a bunch. Most of them were body colors. Yep. I really loved working in this book. I have some yellowing here. It's probably from the pencils. There you have it. Beautiful flight attendant. Yeah. This one's the keeper. And last but not least, Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions. And this one. See, now that I'm going through these books, I've actually changed my mind on a couple of them. I think this one. This one, yeah, this one I am going to share as well. Next on the line is my Christine Karen. So we have the Fairies Grayscale Coloring Book #1. I know she's now releasing those beautiful editions of her folk series. Oh, I love this dude. Looks a bit like girls. Yeah, but I don't think I really need those. Her work is lovely, but these two books that I'm keeping are more than enough for me. Then we have the part 3 of the series. I'm working in these with alcohol markers and do a bit of shading with pencils. Mostly Faber-Castell Black editions because they seem to cover up the grayscale shading pretty nicely. This one's a bit more detailed. I think I'm going to let this one go. Next, we're off to my beautiful collection by Lenka Filanenko. I adore her books. We have Hello Spring. I did not buy the fancy spiral bound versions of her books from Etsy because I don't know. Amazon paper seems to work for me. I use a very simplistic coloring style in these. I could add some shading with pencils, I agree with that. Would make the images pop even more. And we have the Santa. Here's the birds. Don't think I did anything else in here. Oh, the nameplate page. Those are Magical Season, by the way. Then we have Spirit Animals Wisdom. Very interesting images. Maybe I should start shading these actually. Now that I think of it more. Then we have Fairy Bliss. There we go. This is a very gorgeous book. However, I think I'm gonna let this one go after all. It's uncolored. Fairies are really not my thing. Enigma. I did this one for Earth Day. Well, again, here we have lots of portraits, right? But it has very esoteric feel to it. But again, I feel more drawn to it than the fairy one. This book I bought, yeah, since I love mandalas, and these look like very unique styled mandalas. They look like Ukrainian embroidery patterns. Very beautiful. Lovely. And we have a couple of books by Eclipse. AJ Quinnell. I finished off his Farm Animals book, I think that's how it's called, the circularism one. And these two books that I have here are Pets in Color. They're not circles, they're just color by number books that they're releasing currently. Oopsie. And here we have Marine. Fishies, octopuses, ocean, underwater themed pages. Off to Mindful Patterns. Do we have a publisher here? I don't think so. But again, it's a lovely pattern book. They're basically mandalas, like full-blown, full-page mandalas. Some are more detailed than others, but it's something I like. And very similar to it, with adult coloring book Mandala. 50 original black framed mandalas. Again, I don't think we have an info on a publisher here as well. But again, similar story. Very flimsy paper, very see-through. Quality is balls, but for alcohol markers, it's more than enough. Love it. Magical Beauties coloring book. It's by Christina McAllister, part 1. Okay, it's a very unique style, I'm not gonna lie. At first I thought it is something I would definitely color, because it somehow reminded me of Jade Summers' grayscale books, but I don't know. Something just does not fit with me. I'm letting this one go. Next we have two books by Leah Lee Pets. We have the Pure Fantasy one. These are definitely AI, but it's edited AI, which is something I could sort of tolerate. However, I have very nice looking fantasy books by Coloring Heaven, and those I really want to color. These I don't really feel drawn to all that much, even though the illustrations are gorgeous. But I'm letting this one go. Her other book, the Midnight Fantasy, I am keeping, because again, it's bold and easy coloring. Just slap some alcohol markers on and you're done. It's something I'm gonna be finishing for sure. That's the only AI book I think I have in my collection. Okay, we have a Hot Tropics Sticky Pinup Coloring Book by Carla Magana. Oh, and beauty. These books I truly enjoy. Did the mermaids last year. Definitely a keeper. Yeah, this one arrived to me just recently. Black mandalas. Mandalas on black background. I'm desperately searching for books to finish off my markers. Abundance of them. Yeah, looks nice, though I'm not really sure who the publishing is. Madrick Creative Project. Okay, that's new. Anyway, next, 3 books you have seen on my latest haul. Here we have Animals, Mosaic Color by Number for adults. Okay, and you are by... I'm not really sure. Anyway. Yeah. Cute stained glassy images of animals. Much better than Color Questopia, in my opinion. Okay, Sen Ong and their stained glass flowers. Oh, we have the... Oh, they don't. Oh, we have some answers on the back. Again, stained glass, flowers. I could try and do a bit of shading on these ones. Yeah, looking forward to it. And Stained Glass Animals, it's by Adam Davis. There you go. Also a new name to me. Oh, here are the answers on the back. That's how they should look, presumably, once done. Yeah, very interesting. Beautiful pages, not gonna lie. Okie dokie, and yeah, I have one more Hachette book here. It came in the same parcel as the mandala one. Serenité. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, they're putting this tracker now on the cover of their books. Here we have a variety of different pictures in here. But what got me to buy this book is actually look at those large details. Have you seen a Hachette book in such large print before? No? Neither have I. It reminds me more of the Arcturus books, if anything. Something tells me that this is gonna be the first book by them I'm actually going to grab. And use my acrylic markers on it. Okay, speaking of color by numbers, we have 2 books by Andres Weisberg. These 2 lovely books here. Enchanted Color by Numbers. Like I've mentioned in my haul, very interesting color palette. Magical Creatures. Just what the doctor ordered. Relatively bold lines, big details. Yep. It's gonna be nice. And another one. Amazing Color by Numbers. With different landmarks around the world. There you go. Again, the same funky color palette. These might look slightly more detailed. But still doable. There you go. Egypt. Ah. Oh, the memories. Yeah. That. Next, speaking of Arcturus, I have 2 books by them. Large print Calm, color by numbers. There you go. The sun is setting. And this page here. And we have some answers on the back, I believe. Yes, we do. And their color palette. Ever so famous. I think they have the same color palette for all of their books. Correct me if I'm wrong. But when they said large print, they meant it. Look, even the size of the numbers is humongous. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very nice. And another one by them is their Animal Kingdom, color by numbers. And here's the first half of the answers. And the second half, yeah, I think it's the same color palette throughout their whole series of books. Same large print. Very funky lines though. Nice. Ooh. And I have a page then in here. I used Hellooooo water-based markers. Very splotchy. What is good? There you go. Ah. One of my probably most favorite books overall in my collection is this Bob Ross color by number book. I'm so happy I got it. I used to watch his show on YouTube during COVID, during lockdown. It was quite a stressful time for me. Helped me out so much. Just listening to his voice and his positive vibes helped a lot. And I also loved to watch him draw. So this book contains a lot of beautiful landscapes that he actually drew during those shows. And I've done a couple of them already. I used pencils and framed them with washi tape, because you can actually take those out. The pages are perforated and I don't want them to fall out. So, and I think on the next page here I'm gonna try and use acrylic markers maybe. Happy coloring. Thanks, Bob. I love this human being. He's just Alrighty, and last remaining bunch that I have is my Dover Publishing books, also including the Creative Haven books as well. Let's start with Dover. So we have Creatures of the Night, stained glass coloring book. Oh, these books are printed on this very smooth vellum paper. There you go. So once you actually color it, it looks just like stained glass. And you can take them out because they're perforated. I've done these beautiful frocks thus far. Look at that. See? Light shines through them. I used alcohol markers on these. Yeah, there we go. See? They work perfectly. I think markers, like regular water-based markers, will do just as great. Tiffany designs. Same principle. It feels like I have to be very careful with these books, so that here are some answers on the back. These are actually based on the actual stained glass designs by Tiffany. And you can actually copy them if you want. My new color. Nice. Very unique. Fanciful butterflies. Same story. As the title says, butterflies. Ooh. I like the bold lines. Butterflies. Next, we have wildflowers. These ones come on white background for some reason. Lilies. Very lovely. They should look a little something like this once done. Okay, and last but not least, magnificent mosaics. A pattern book. Very mandala-esque. So that's that for stained glass. My Creative Haven book heap. First and foremost, the astrology book. This one's by Jessica Mazurkovich. Have some answers in the back. Should we want to copy them? Anything astrology related. Planets, zodiac signs, elements. Moi. Now that I think about it, should I actually keep the Coco Isle one? I don't know. Now I have some books by John Wick, starting with Dimensions. Again, mandalas, patterns, my thing, got it. These are some of the older releases by Creative Haven, and I think now they've changed the paper and people don't seem to like it all that much. Then we have Infinite Illusions. Looks nice when colored. These come in black background. Very confusing. But that's what they're meant to be. Illusions. Interesting. Mandala Techulations. Very strange titles. Familiar subject. Yeah, the paper is definitely different than the previous book I showed you. This one feels a bit sturdier and smoother. Feels nicer. Okay, that's that. Next we have The Dog Lovers by John Green. Since I have become a dog owner myself. This is probably gonna be the first page I color. Of course I got it. I love dogs and their different breeds. Oh, a dog. Yeah. I know how that feels. Dalmatians. Oh my goodness me. Is that a Chihuahua? Yes! I think so. Oh my goodness. Aww. How can you not love dogs? I mean, they're such amazing creatures. Dream horses. by Marjorie Sarnett. That's her only book that I have. Very Zendoodly, very whimsical, but very horses. Oopsie. I'm gonna have to think of my own way to color these. 'Cause boy oh boy, these pages are going to take a while. It's a Cat's World by Teresa Goodrich. Yeah, I'm a dog owner, but I also had a cat before, and I also love cats. I can't choose between the two. So yeah, I have a dog themed book and I have a cat themed book. Oh my gosh, so adorable. Very cute. Gagabo. And another one by her, it's Enchanted Christmas. One of the books that appeals to me the most. Oh, I've done a page in here already. There you go. It's a crossover between fantasy and Christmas themes. That's why I liked it. And that's why I kept it. Okay, we have Rose Windows. A book that I've been trying to hunt down for a while. I like its unique style of mandalas. Very grayscale and absurdly simple to color. I presume. Shouldn't take a while. But the results look beautiful. All you need is alcohol markers, I assume. Next, we have two books by Miriam Odato, if I pronounce that correctly. The Sunrise and Sunset. This was the first one I got last year. Very abstract landscapes with sunsets or sunrises. However you choose to present them. It looks very appealing. And Harmony. I think there's one more called Calm, but it's even more abstract and quirky than this one. At first I was thinking of not getting it, but I changed my mind after I saw some people color in it, and I love the results. It's patterns, strange patterns. But patterns nonetheless. And last but definitely not least, because it's my most loved creative haven book of them all, is Animal Mosaics. I've done a lot of pages in it. 11 in total, I think. We have this kitty, rabbits. I base everything with alcohol markers and then shade with pencils. And add some shiny detail here and there. My disaster page. Well, thus far it doesn't look like anything else has yellowed. Hooray. Lucky me. There we go. Definitely a book I'm going to finish. I love working in it. I love the results. Spirit. If you know, you know. I have still plenty of pages to do in here. And once I'm inspired, I can do 5-6 pages a month. So I'm definitely coming back to this one sometime sooner rather than later. So there you are. Surprisingly, I didn't decide to declutter any of the books from this last pile that I've just shown you. Anywho, I've managed to put aside quite a few books. I'm really proud of myself. I mean, As long as they get to find a new loving home, I'm happy. If I can make someone else happy. So that's that. I'm done with my coloring book collection. Hooray! It was a fun project. I really had fun looking through my whole collection and sorting books out. I saved some space on my shelves. Space I can actually use for something a bit more useful than just books that are collecting dust, because I'm just not giving them the love they deserve. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, for sticking with me throughout this whole long journey. I hope you enjoyed. So, enough blabbering. Thank you so much for watching once again. Until I see you on one of my next videos, remember to stay creative and artsy and continue to have fun in every single step you take. Till next time then. Thanks for watching. Da.